this is our second time to do this. 2 years ago, Dennis Campbell's daughter was the moderator of a similar event. I think those who participated and those who attended felt that it was a very fairly conducted format and forum for the candidates, and we have no reason to believe that tonight will be any different. For those of you who don't immediately live in the Turkey Knob community, let me just mention that this is one of a variety of programs that we try to have every few weeks. About every month to 60 days, we'll have some kind of a program. It can be music, and then Carol Kennedy, of course, throws in a fundraiser every now and then. But we always have a program of some nature, and this falls into the category of trying to have, I suppose, diverse programs for our community. We are very lucky tonight to have a young moderator, Madison Murphy. Madison is a sophomore at Alleghany High School. Madison is a very, very good student. She also, in case you didn't notice in the paper a couple weeks ago, she's a darn good tennis player also. And she also is a hard worker. Every weekend she works at Shatley Springs, the restaurant over there. So I don't know when she has time to play tennis and study and all that, but she's a very active young lady. Madison is going to conduct the forum tonight. I believe she's going to review with you the format rules and regulations and so on, and introduce all the candidates and so on. So with that, Madison, it's all yours.
Thank you. Good evening to each of you. I'm honored to be a part of the special gathering. We have with us tonight 5 notable citizens of Alleghany County. They are outstanding for the willingness to serve. I'm not positive that being a county commissioner in Alleghany County is 100% fun, but for their bravery to step forward and endure the praise as well as criticism, and for their putting us on their schedules to share their thinking and feelings, so we can be well-prepared voters. Thank each of you all for being here. We shall begin with each of you introducing yourselves and sharing up to 5 minutes. Whatever you wish to know about you, or our county, and the job as county commissioner that you are pursuing. The second segment will involve questions from the audience. More details will be shared about this portion after the first session is concluded. Now may I introduce our timekeeper, Roar Murphy. Her stopwatch is set for 5 minutes. And if the 5 candidates will please come forward and draw a card from here, then write your name on it and return it to me. Your order of speaking will be determined and we'll get started.
I didn't ask him if he did that.
And our first candidate that will be speaking for us today is Tammy Hershey for Larry Davis.
Hello, everybody. They gave me this picture of my dad since he's not here, so. I think all of you know what he looks like, but I don't know where to stick it. Maybe I'll do this. Anyway, I'm going to read this for him, representing him tonight, Larry P. Davis, candidate for county commissioner. He had a prior commitment this evening and wanted me to present this because he thinks it's important for you guys to know him better. First of all, thank you for offering this building at Turkey Knob for this forum. And I'll just get started by telling you a little bit about my dad. He's from Laurel Springs and has lived here since he was 6 years old. He's married to Debbie P. Church Davis, my mom. And they had 3 girls. Me, I'm the oldest, Tammy. And I'm married to Darren Hershey, also Sparta. My sister Jennifer is married to David Boyer. And my youngest sister is Lisa Talbot. Larry has 5 grandchildren. My 2 sisters and myself and our family all live and work here, and his desire is for us to be able to stay here and to continue with a good quality of life that we all currently enjoy. Our family time together with our mom and dad is enjoying the outdoors. We love to go camping, horseback riding, and hunting, and he loves playing with his grandchildren. He is a 1971 graduate of Alleghany High School. His first job was with the Troutman Shirt Company, which is currently the Blue Ridge Development Wilkes Community College building, for those of you that haven't lived here forever. About everybody knows where the Troutman building was. His responsibilities while at Troutman were that of a mechanic, maintenance, and supervisor. Then, 24 years ago, he started working for Alleghany County, with 20 years being the director of public buildings, which includes the Alleghany Fairgrounds from the ground up, the Duncan Recreation remodel, the Wilkes Community College and Blue Ridge Developmental Center buildings, the EMS new building, the courthouse remodel, administration building remodel, the landfill, the new health department, as well as the director of the staff. So he knows the ins and outs of the works of Alleghany County. The maintenance was on all the public buildings and vehicles, from lawn mowers, movers, the Alleghany in Motion buses, to the loaders and equipment at the landfill. He presented budgets yearly for 3 departments. The departments were public buildings, animal control, and the transfer station, or the landfill, is what most folks call it. Part of his job was weighing out the items needed and determining what the immediate needs were and what items could wait, so that we would be using the tax money as conservatively as possible while supplying what was needed. He would continue to spend the tax money responsibly by keeping the amount collected to as low as possible, but having the same quality of life. Larry does not waste money in his own house budget, so he will not waste your tax money that is collected, and it is the responsibility of the county commissioners to distribute it in the best way possible. His desire is to work together with people in office to get more done. Also, to look line by line items on the different departments' budgets for the best use of proposed money needs to keep us above the minimum, yet not wasting anything. He believes it is important to listen and then talk, not to talk without knowing the facts. He looks forward to serving you, and therefore I'm asking for your vote for my dad, Larry Davis. I wasn't prepared to answer questions or anything, so I'm going to excuse myself.
Our second candidate is John Irwin.
John Irwin, thank you. First, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak to the Turkey Knob community. It's very rare that we have this opportunity, and it's deeply appreciated. I like to say that running for county commissioner in Alleghany County is kind of like running for president of your high school class. It becomes a popularity because we have very few opportunities to get our views out. Now, a little bit about me. My name is John Ulus Irwin Jr. The reason why I emphasize Ulus, there are other John Irwins in Alleghany County. My father was Ulus Irwin, the Chevrolet and Oldsmobile dealership co-owner for 25 years here in Alleghany County. Dad's family goes back to the 1860s. They were the latecomers. My mother, Lou Irwin, and if there is someone in this room that does not know my mother, Menelu Irwin, then you are a newcomer. She taught school for 46 years in Sparta High School, 43, and then retired, and they called her back to teach another 3, and then she subbed for 6 years. So she's an institution, and her family has been in Alleghany County since the early 1700s. The earliest record is 1705. I'm a high school graduate and a former student of Miss Carol Kennedy. Please be kind when you relate what I was back then. I graduated from Brevard College. After Brevard College, I entered the United States Marine Corps and went down to Parris Island to do my initial training. Originally, I was going to be an officer. I was in the PLC program, quit college to get into the war, went enlisted, and later completed my college degree while on active duty by going to night school and graduated from North Carolina Wesleyan 20 years to the day from when I graduated from Brevard College. So if Miss Kennedy tells you I'm a slow learner, that is correct. I married. We had one child. That child was born brain damaged from an accident that my wife had whenever she was 4 months pregnant. Later, we divorced. After I retired from the Marine Corps, I spent 27 years in the Marine Corps. During my active service, I was communications chief, a little known job called a frequency manager, and I spent half my time with what we refer to as the grunts, the infantry, and half in the air wing. Got to visit 29 separate countries and participated in 2 conflicts at that time, the latter part of Vietnam, the refugee evacuation in Vietnam, and also the Desert Shield. After the divorce, I worked in Wilmington, North Carolina as a Motorola salesman for approximately 5 years. And after the divorce, I came back to Sparta as quick as I could, because I always knew where I was going to spend the rest of my days. I could have lived anywhere in the world, and I visited some countries I'd go back and spend the rest of my days in a heartbeat, but this has always been the draw where I want to spend my last days. Coming back here, I met a former high school and college sweetheart by the name of Brenda McCann. You may know her as Brenda Washington. And we married approximately, well, it'll be 5 years in June. The last 5 years of my working life before I retired and went on Social Security to live the good life, I spent training Marines in the new communications equipment prior to their combat deployment in Afghanistan and Iraq. I love this country, I love this county. I came back, I wasn't going to run for county commissioner, I'm just going to enjoy myself, get a little bit of hunting in, carry a rifle for something that I wanted to do and have some fun. But I was asked by the Republican Party to run for county commissioner. Unfortunately, it was within the 120-day window where I could not change from unaffiliated to Republican, so I had to do it the hard way. I had to get 277 signatures of registered voters in Alleghany County so that I could get on the ballot. That's why I didn't appear on the primary ballot, and I was able to do that in 2 weeks, over 400 signatures. Am I over? No. Okay, thank you. Usually, you know, just like a good workhorse, you have to pull me back.
16 seconds.
Thank you very much for the opportunity again.
And our third candidate that will be speaking tonight is Jim Jones.
Thank you. Thank you all for the opportunity of having us up here. I am Gene Jones. I am a Wilkes County native. I have lived here in the county for a little over 3 years. My wife of 43 years, Nancy, is with me tonight. I am a retired poultry farmer from the last 19 active years of work. I had a breeder hen operation where we produced hatching eggs at the tune of 2.5 million to 3 million hatching eggs a year, of which I did that for some 19 years. Prior to that, I was an industrial engineer, quality control coordinator, and automotive fabric designer for Chatham Manufacturing Company down in Elgin. The farm on which we lived, we were down in a low place in a bottom where creeks came together. So it was sort of terrain like a mountain. And you had to go up to get out from where we were. And on top of one of the hills that we kept cleaned off up there was a place where we went and we would sit a lot and look right into the place, to the mountains where, from the time we were married, that was one of our big goals, to go to the mountains. It took us 43 years to do it because of two expensive daughters that were 13 years apart. And if you've never raised them and sent them through college and all, if you have, you know what I'm talking about. I've done a lot of things. I was a graduate of Jonesville High School there in Yadkin County. I didn't go to the Wilkes County schools because they didn't have football at that time at East Wilkes. And I've had a bad knee now for 50-some years to prove that I played high school football. I attended Wingate Junior College before it became Wingate University after graduating from Jonesville High School. And then went on to NC State University. I sang with the Varsity Men's Glee Club, and it was there at State College singing with the Glee Club that I met my wife for the second time. The first time we ever met was on horseback on the Dandy Boone wagon train, and things progressed from there. We do have two daughters, as I said, they're 13 years apart, one in Winston-Salem and one between Narrows, Virginia and Charlotte. We enjoy living in the mountains. I served on the Wilkes County Board of Education, was heavily involved in politics in Wilkes County, and I swore off them altogether when I came up here because it's a strain. Even if you enjoy it, it's a strain, and I enjoy it. But I sat down when I first got up here, and I began to write down things that I saw, and I wondered about them, and I would shake my head, and I just kept a list of them and kept writing them. And I couldn't figure out why I was doing it for a long time, and then I got a call from a friend and said that my party wanted me to run for a county commissioner, and I said no. And he said, oh, come on, do it. And I said, well, I'll think about it. And I began to think about that. And I began to think maybe there was a reason that I had written all those things down here. I'm very passionate about my beliefs. I don't hide that from anybody. What I believe. That's not saying I can't change when I'm proved wrong. But I believe in the Holy Bible, and I believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. And I believe that our governments, local, state, and federal government, have got too far away from what this nation was founded upon. This nation was founded on government of the people, by the people, and for the people, not of, by, and for governments. And I believe that we all are a part, and we have to be a part of it. That's what makes us tick. That's why we have been so strong all of these years. And, it's fine to be a Democrat. It's fine to be a Republican. It's fine to be an unaffiliated. The main thing is coming together to accomplish things, the right kind of things. If it wasn't for differences of opinions, we would have never been what we are today. Everybody would have we'd all been dressed alike tonight. Every one of you would have been dressed like me. Every one of you would have had a full head of hair like Bob Bamberg. It's our differences that make us great. It's just learning to accept maybe what we think is not always the best thing, to listen to other people, and then go with the best thing. I appreciate again the opportunity to be here tonight, and I would ask you, if you're undecided about how to vote, listen to us tonight. Read the things that we have put out. See what we stand for. And thank you again for this privilege tonight.
And our fourth candidate tonight will be Karen Leys.
Thank you. It's an opportunity, wonderful opportunity to be here in my old stomping grounds. I've won blue ribbons right here, standing right here with 4-H. And I sewed and I baked things, and it taught me a lot about life. I want to tell you a little bit more about me. I've been married 35 years to my husband, Marion. We have two daughters, Catherine and Sarah. They're married to two wonderful men. And Catherine lives in Salisbury, and Sarah lives here in Sparta. We have one granddaughter and hope to have more. My father is Tam Gamble, and my mother is the late Iris Gamble. I'm most fortunate to have been raised by a supportive family by the New River. I attended Piney Creek School and graduated from Alleghany High School, Surrey Community College, and Gardner-Webb University. Throughout my career and my service, I've worked diligently as an honest and stable steward of public funds, earning my community's respect and trust for over 32 years. Since retiring, I've worked part-time for many privately owned businesses, and I've done a menagerie of jobs, and I know how tough it is to make it in a private job, and I completely understand the value of a dollar. I've never run for an elected office. I've worked for the public with Alleghany County Schools for 27.5 years, and I've served as their finance director for 21 years, administering a $15 million budget. That's more than the county budget. It was a difficult but rewarding job, and I worked diligently to use all the state, local, and federal dollars as a maximum efficiency to educate Allegany's youth. I'm a member, and it's a great honor to serve as the treasurer of the Sparta Presbyterian Church. I have served the Alleghany Education Foundation as their secretary-treasurer for 20 years, and our board of directors help provide an annual average scholarship of over $100,000 for Alleghany High School graduates. I currently serve on the board of directors for the Appalachian District Health Department, and I'm the treasurer of the very successful Miles Job Fund. This is the organization where we pair charitable funds with a local entrepreneur and allow them to borrow money and create local jobs. I'm a member and have served as the co-president of the Piney Creek Dirty Fingers Garden Club, and that is one of the hardest working and smartest groups of folks you'll ever meet anywhere. I hope to earn your vote for Alleghany County Commissioner because I deeply believe my work, life experience, and personal stable qualities work well with others to accomplish quality outcomes. I'll use my strong work ethic and strive to improve and enrich our local opportunities and not back down to difficult outcomes. I will concentrate on improving time management and collaborate with local, state, and federal expertise. I believe using inclusive techniques and asking for help is a sign of strength. I believe that we're blessed to live in Alleghany County, and I desire to serve as commissioner using my strengths to make it a better place to live and work. It's my endeavor to be elected as a commissioner. My largest concern is the lack of good quality jobs and opportunities. A community's economy drives personal success to a large measure. The average age of our farmers in Alleghany is middle age, and I want to work to protect and enhance our agriculture economy. The lack of public infrastructure is a large disadvantage. We have to work around that. We're blessed to live in a picturesque and welcoming community with potential benefits as we market invaluable, proximity to the national parkways. The Blue Ridge Parkway attracts 20 million people annually, and we need to target part of those visitors and promote tourism. The Highway 21 widening project is a great opportunity for us to do such. We must offer tourist opportunities when they get to Sparta and Alleghany County. We can certainly offer them quality opportunities. We're courageous and smart enough, and we can network with expertise, and using our faith and hard work, we can make high-quality outcomes happen. One commissioner can't make things happen. It takes a vote of 3. And all county expenditures are subject to the commissioner's scrutiny, and I plan to study every dollar to make certain it's spent appropriately and effectively. And I believe that the tax rate might not even change when our tax values decrease. If you raise your tax rate, your personal taxes might not raise if we leave the tax rate the same as what it was effectively with the current rate or the current property values. I think people are being misled to make you think that your taxes are going to go crazy high because the property values are going to decrease by 15%. That is not totally true. We'll have to study that and make a wise decision on what tax rate we should set. I will serve conservatively, and thank you for your support.